For the rest of this part of tonight's program, we're fortunate to have with us Jim Meyer from Myrtle Beach. I'm sure many of you know Jim already, who has been singing at the center for many years. Jim came to MeherBaba in 1967, and 2 years later was one of those fortunate enough to go to the last darshan in Guru Prasad Pune, which we were just seeing in the film a moment ago, and began singing to Baba in the early 70s. In fact, if I'm correct about this, I don't think that you ever sang before that. It takes the proper beloved to bring out the proper singing. He's been singing at this center regularly ever since then. I'm sure many of us, I know that I have, many of us have been hearing him since that time. And tonight we'll be sharing with us his praise to the Divine Beloved.
I always like to begin the music for Beloved Baba with a musical version of the Parvartigar prayer. This version was written by Peter Townsend and has been recorded. Most of you are familiar with the recording. Baba did not give many prayers to the world. His life, of course, was a prayer. But on August 13th of 1953, the Parvartigar prayer was given by Baba to us. And I always like to say that on one level, at least, it's a complete description of the, as best as words can describe, the states of God. So I'll do that. O Parvartigar, the preserver and protector of all, without beginning are you, Lord, without end. None do beyond compare, none can measure you. Without color, expression, or form, nor attributes to lend. You are unlimited, none can plumb your depths. Imperishable beyond conception by our minds. None can divide you, O God, you are eternal. None can see you, but with eyes divine. You always were, you always are, and always will be. You are everywhere, in everything and beyond. In the firmament above, and in the deep. On all the seven plains and farther on, in all that's hidden to our eyes, in all we see, beyond a trinity of worlds, and in them all, you cannot be perceived, on none shall you depend. O Parvartigar, preserve, protect us all. Without beginning are you, Lord, without end. You always were, you always are, and always will be. You're the Creator, the Lord of Lords, the knower of all minds and hearts, omnipotent,
omnipresent over all your towers. You are knowledge, infinite bliss, infinite power. You are the ocean of knowledge, knowing all, infinitely knowing, we can but tell. The knower of the past, the present, the future, crowning even this, your knowledge itself. O merciful benevolence, eternal, you are the Trinity of knowledge, truth, and bliss. You are the source of truth, the one with infinite attributes. You are the ocean of love we sorely miss. You always were, you always are, and always will be. You're the ancient one, the highest of the high. You are Prabhu and Parameshwar. Beyond God, beyond God are you. Parabrahma, Ilahi, and Allah. Yazdan, Ahur, Mazda, and God, the beloved. O Parvardigar, the preserver and protector of all. Without beginning are you, Lord, without an end. You are named Izad, the only one worthy of worship. We sing the universal prayer to you. Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Yes, I am the one beyond time. For I am the one who made heaven and earth and the planets and stars up above. I am that treasure of infinite worth. Yes, I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of limitless joy, infinite consciousness too. I am the music that never will cloy. makes heavens and earths and the planets and stars up above. I am that treasure of infinite worth. Yes, I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of unending peace, infinite hearing and sight. And you, from your chains I have come to release into my ocean of light, into my ocean of light. For I am the one who made heaven and earth and the planets and the stars up above. I am that treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of unbroken calm, infinite bliss I am too. I've been called Jesus, Buddha and Ram, and now MeherBaba by you. And now MeherBaba by you. For I am the one who makes heavens and earths and the planets and the stars up above. I am that treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of love. So drown in my ocean of love.
Recently, an album came out called The Lord and the Lady, and on it was a song called All the Way Part 2. I'd like to play Part 1 for you, and just to give you a little insight into that. I was on the center, and I was writing this song, and I had several versions of it, and I threw them away because it wasn't quite what I wanted, and I finally came up with what I'm about to sing for you. And about a week later, Bob Brown, who works on the center cleaning cabins, came up to me and said, "You know, you shouldn't have thrown away that song. They were so good. I put them to music, and here it is." So I'd like to do my version of my song. It doesn't matter what you know. It doesn't matter if you're high or if you're low. It's unimportant what you say. Just know I'm with you all the way, all the way, all the way. It doesn't matter if you're strong or weak. Strike out in anger or turn the other cheek. Keep hold the path or go astray. For I am with you either way, all the way, all the way, yeah. Storms gather and hopes fall. Your steps may falter, but know that through it all, I'll be there to cheer you on. Yes, I'll be there at day's new dawn. For I am the one
I'm always with you all the way, all the way, all the way, yeah. You can speak in whispers or shout in pain, bask in the sunshine or drown in the rain. And you can love me, yes, or love me, nay. I'm always with you either way, all the way, all the way, yeah. Some ways are quick, some ways are slow. It's really up to you which way you want to go. Fall prey to passions or keep them at bay. But I'm always with you either way, all the way, all the way. If you want real love, listen please. The ways of love can bring you to your knees. But I'm the one who hears your cries. I'm the one who'll dry your eyes. For I am the one behind this play. I'm always with you all the way, all the way, all the way. If you try to please me, take my name. Remember me and boldly play the game. Then you'll know my presence in life's vast array. You'll know I'm with you all the way, all the way, all the way. The more you suffer, the more you grow. Some can't accept this, hey, some don't want to know. When you've reached your limit and allow your heart to pray, then you know I've been with you all the way, all the way, all the way. If you want real love, listen please. The ways of love will drag you to your knees. But I'm the one who hears your cries. I'm the one who'll dry your eyes. For I am the one behind this play. I'm always with you all the way, 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 yes.
This morning at Artie, I noticed a few of you were missing. But you know who you are. I did a song that Ward Parks wrote, and I asked him if he would introduce me. He said only if I did some of his songs. So I'm going to do this one.
Sweetness of the heart, your fragrance grows out across this world, your joy stream flows. But I long just to be, darling, Meher, with thee, and everywhere your beauty to see all around me. Destinies and fates are laid by you, and everything you say will surely come true. But I long just to be, darling, Meher, with thee, and everywhere your beauty to see all around me. Softly in the night, the falling rain quells the raging fire of the lover's pain. But I long just to be, darling Meher, with thee, and everywhere your beauty to see all around me. Waken in our hearts, from sleep we pray. Open up the door to love's own way. But I long just to be, darling Meher, with thee, and everywhere your beauty to see all around me. But I long just to be, darling Meher, with thee, and everywhere your beauty to see all around me. Well, I remember the first time that we met. How could I know you were casting your net? I was somewhat confused, embarrassed and set, when you touched me and soothed me, pulled my heart out of debt. But that proved fatal, fatal, your love is fatal. I remember the first time your words were spoken. They rushed to my heart, it's so easily broken. You said that you loved me, I thought you were joking. But how could I know that the game you were provoking would prove fatal, fatal, your love is fatal. Well, it starts out so simple, a smile and a glance, a few rounds of wine, some song and some dance. And when you have us by the seat of our pants, well, the ground opens up, we're pierced by your lance. That proves fatal, fatal, your love is fatal. Well, I remember the first time I bowed to your love. A voice spoke inside me that lovers speak of. With tears in my eyes, I heard angels above. But how could I know that when push turned to shove, it proved fatal, fatal, your love is fatal, fatal, your love is fatal. Well, it starts out so simple, a smile and a glance, a few rounds of wine, some song and some dance. And when you had me by the seat of my pants, well, the ground opened up, it was no mere happenstance. It was fatal, fatal, your love is fatal. So here I am now, complaining and yet I wouldn't change anything since that day we met. There's only one thing I've come to regret. That's all these times I've struggled to get out of your net. And that proves fatal, fatal, your love is fatal, fatal, your love is fatal.
I just want to tell you I see a vast cultural difference between Los Angeles and Myrtle Beach. But Baba was very compassionate. He put me with the Campagnas so to sort of ease me into this situation. Does this mean I have to throw away all the slow love songs? Okay, there'll be plenty more rock and roll songs.
Love is a two-edged sword when wielded by the knowing Lord. And while we wait upon His word, we feel this pain of growing. Life has its ups and downs. Love sinks and sometimes drowns. And though your heart feels out of bounds, within it, love is flowing. Don't say that you'll never be freed, 'cause that's a fact that is guaranteed. You carry with you all you'll ever need, and that's the truth worth knowing. Go, sing a song for me, write a tune to touch the soul. Go, you belong to me, and all that you've been through is so I can always be with you. Why hide within the night, then say no one sees you right? The picture is clearer in His light, and you need not fear the showing. And though we all seem so far apart, there is no distance between heart to heart. You've arrived before you start, and that's where we're all going. Don't speak of illusions play, then let your life just be dreamed away. The promise given doesn't want that delay, so start your love light glowing. Go, sing a song for me, write a tune to touch the soul. Go, you belong to me, and all that you've been through is so I can always be with you.
I'd like to do a song that's a composite of two very famous poets. The first is the perfect master, Jalaluddin Rumi, who lived about 900 years ago. The other is Bal Korchuri, who I believe is still around. And there's a very famous poem by Jalaluddin Rumi that's called The Man of God, and it lists all the attributes of God in a very poetic manner. Not all the attributes, but many of them. And back in the early 70s, Bauji gave me a manuscript of his early English poems, and in one of them was a poem called Avatar is MeherBaba. How are we doing? Oh, that's right, good. Does that sound okay? And I combined the two to do this song called The Man of God. This is a dulcimer, by the way, for those of you. Who's got the bumper sticker that says the Dulcimer Society of... Yeah, did you have any dulcimers? Did you bring any dulcimers with you? Oh, good, I got to see those. Okay. This is an American instrument that is shaped like a woman. It's a courting instrument, so it's perfect for singing to the beloved.
The man of God is drunken without wine. The man of God is full without meat. The man of God is a treasure in a ruin. The man of God is a boundless sea. Avataris, Avataris, Avataris. MeherBabaLibrary, MeherBabaLibrary, MeherBabaLibrary. He is the Lord and the only lover. He is the sought and the only seeker. The man of God rains pearls without cloud. The man of God is a king neath beggar's clothes. The man of God is not learned from a book. The man of God is made wise by the truth that Avataris, Avataris, Avataris. MeherBabaLibrary, MeherBabaLibrary, MeherBabaLibrary. He is the friend, and he is the father. He's in everyone, and he is our brother. The man of God is not of this air or this earth. The man of God is not of fire and water. The man of God is gloriously attended. The man of God do thou seek and find, as Avataris, Avataris, Avataris. MeherBabaLibrary, MeherBabaLibrary, Meher Baba. He is the praise and the only prayer. He is for all, and for all he takes care.
Actually, one of the cultural differences between you and civilized Baba lovers on the East Coast. No. Kitty usually comes to my sing-alongs at the center, and she always, if somebody applauds after one or two, very politely, she says, "Oh, well, just wait till he's done at the end, then you can all applaud." Actually, I prefer this. This is great, Back in 1972, I guess, or 71, I can't remember the date, when Bauji did give me this manuscript, I was struck by of course I was struck by the love in the poetry, and I was also struck by the simplicity. This is long before Bauji got real mystical on us and wrote stuff like nothing and everything, which you can't I know most of you understand it, but I've had a hard time with it. But this is called Ocean Calm. It's one of the first things that I wrote on the dulcimer. I feel this is, as all the music, but this one and particularly is a gift from our beloved. And I'd like to do that for you. Sing along if you feel. Just do it in tune, please.
Everything is in your palm. You are Jesus, you are Ram. Oh, Meher, you're the ocean calm. You are really mighty God. This world is moving through your nod. You are Jesus, you are Ram. Oh, Meher, you're the ocean calm. Singer and the song, and listening now you make us long. You are Buddha and Shyam. Oh, Meher, you're the ocean calm. You are the beggar and the king, the song eternal let us sing. You are our ancient one. Oh, Meher, you're the ocean calm. We are suffering in this pain, and we want you now, this is plain. Take again your physical form. Oh, Meher, you're the ocean calm. Everything is in your palm. Oh, Meher, you're the ocean calm.
I'd like to call Mike Campagna up here, please. We're going to do a couple of tunes together. Do you hear Mike? Mike is to words what Baba is to silence. I'm sorry, I had to say that. I figure, make enemies and get out of town fast. Most of you know Jamie Newell. I'm not his number one fan, but I'm number two fan. I mean, his wife is probably the number one fan. I love the stuff that he does, and I'd like to do a tune. I think I did this morning called "The Call of the Ancient One." And we're gonna, since you guys like rock and roll, we're gonna rock out. Are we? Are we in tune here on A minor?
All has been made ready, and the waters have been stilled. When the leaves sprout on the fig trees, and the scriptures are fulfilled, the call of the Ancient One comes, bidding our souls no more to roam. The call of the Ancient One comes, leading us back home, leading us back home, y'all. When the world is filled with darkness and the shadows hide the light, when all at last seems hopeless like a thief in the night, the call of the Ancient One comes, bidding our souls no more to roam. The call of the Ancient One comes, leading us back home, leading us back home now, leading us back home. When mankind has turned away from God as they wander to and fro, when the wick of righteousness is burning low, the call of the Ancient One comes, bidding our souls no more to roam. The call of the Ancient One comes, leading us back home, leading us back home. Yeah, 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 yeah. The call of the ancient one. The call of the ancient one. Yeah, 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 yeah. When all has been made ready and the waters have been stilled, when the leaves sprout on them fig trees and the scriptures are fulfilled, the call of the ancient one comes, bidding our souls no more to roam. The call of the ancient one comes, leading us back home, leading us back home, leading us back home.
Let's hear this one. How's it sound? We're off, aren't we? Hey, all right. Just see these hot lamps to mess up the... Close. Now I'm a little sharp now. That'll do it. Okay. I want you all to sing along on this. It's a tough chorus. It's Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba. But it's not the words. It's, it's the soul.
Everybody gather around. Let me tell you about the silent one. He came in to this world of woe to break the dam and let love's river flow. That's Meher Baba. That's Meher Baba. That's Meher Baba. Everybody, have you heard? Some say that soon he will release his word. And when he does, they say that will awaken the heart. Let me tell you, people, that will be just the start. Oh, Meher Baba. Well, Meher Baba. That's Meher Baba. Everybody, don't be shy. Your heart's beloved has heard your cry. When you're lonely and there's so little light, just call his name and things will be alright. Sing Meher Baba. Say Meher Baba. Sing Meher Baba. I know you're weary of all this greed. I know your soul really has the need for somebody who can show you the way. Let me tell you, people, he's with us night and day. That's Meher Baba. Well, that's Meher Baba. Everybody, let's rejoice. The song within us is his holy voice. Sing his praises and sing his name. And the more you sing, the more you will remain with Meher Baba. Meher Baba. With Meher Baba.
Back in the old days, when I used to be the caretaker at the center and the night watchman, that was my spiritual period, we formed something called the Original Kitchen Choir, which later turned into the Mahapralaya Choir. That's one of those inside mystical jokes that some of you maybe understand. At around that time, I was being inwardly directed, I suppose, well, I feel that way anyway, by Baba to put to music the works of the perfect masters, and particularly Hafez. That is the correct pronunciation, by the way. I noticed a couple of you people here on the West Coast need an education. Who said that? One of the songs that I put to music was an Arthur Arbery translation of a Hafez poem called Saki, the wine worship. Rosie, this is for you, babe. But control yourself. Where are you? She's gone up front, folks. I'll just close my eyes and do the best I can. For those of you not familiar with Hafez or the symbolism, Saki, the term Saki means the cup bearer. And it refers to the master who brings the cup of divine love, which is symbolized as wine. There's some phenomenal... One of the nice things about singing the works of perfect ones or saints is after, at least for me, after 20 years or so, I start to understand a little bit of what they're talking about. I always realize something slightly new in the work. There's this great line in here which says, "When fate on his wheel is molding jars from this clay of mine, let this be the cup thou art holding and fill up my head with wine."
Saki, the dawn is breaking, fill up my glass with wine. Heaven's wheel no delay is making, haste, haste while the day is thine, hurry while the day is thine, yeah. Here's to our final ruin, space and the world speed by. Let wine be our great undoing. Red wine, let us drink and die. Let us drink and die, yeah. See on the bold horizon, wine the red sun doth rise. Well, here is glory to feast your eyes on. Drive sleep from your languid eyes. Drive sleep from your eyes. When fate on his wheel is molding jars from this clay of mine, well, let this be the cup thou art holding. Fill up my head with wine. Fill up my head with wine, I said. Fill up my head with wine, yeah. Well, never was I a shrinker, no hypocrite monk am I. Well, let wine, the pure wine of the drinker, be the talk men address me by. Be the talk men address me by. Be the talk men address me by. Wine is the soul's salvation, its worship and work sublime. We'll be firm in thy determination, Hafez, you'll be saved in time. We'll all be saved in time. We'll all be saved in time. We'll be singing Saki, the dawn is breaking. Fill up my glass with wine. Heaven's wheel no delay is making. Haste, haste while the day is thine. We'll hurry while the day is thine. Now, now, now. Hurry while that day is thine. Yeah.
We're changing the tape here.
Okay, good.
Let you know when it's changed.
Thank you. As I was watching the film of Baba, a couplet came into my head. And after the couplet came into my head, I heard at the end of the couplet a voice say, "Finish it." And the couplet was, "What kind of love do you call this? 6 parts pain and 1 part bliss." So I'd like to do that for you as soon as they get the tape shown. Ready? Good.
What kind of love do you call this? 6 parts pain and 1 part bliss. What heady brew do you define as 6 parts sweat and 1 part wine? What wondrous love do you possess that causes me such grave distress? A slave I am to this affair that speaks of love and brings despair. Meher, your light, it blinds me. Meher, your glance unwinds me. Meher, your love, it grinds me so. Meher, in your compassion, please turn around this fashion. My heart's in need of passion now. What kind of love do you call this? This lover's touch with 2 closed fists. How fortunate you say I am, with you the lion and me the lamb. What kind of love do you call this? A rose's thorn within a kiss. What strange embrace do you bestow that drowns me in the undertow? Meher, your light, it blinds me. Meher, your glance unwinds me. Meher, your love, it grinds me so. Meher, share in your compassion. Please turn around this fashion. My heart's in need of passion now. What kind of love do you call this? What kind of love do you call this? What kind of love do you call this?
I'd like to do another song by Jalaluddin Rumi. This is called the Song of the Reed.
Hearken to this reed forlorn, breathing ever since was torn from its rushy bed, a strain of impassioned love and pain. Love and pain. How the secret of my song, though near, none can see, none can hear. Oh, for the friend who knows the sign and mingles all his soul, his soul with mine. Tis the flame of love that fires me, and the wine of love inspires me. Wouldst thou learn how lovers bleed? Hearken, hearken to the reed, the reed. How the secret of my song, though near, none can see, none can hear. Oh, for the friend who knows the sign and mingles all his soul, his soul and mine. Hearken, hearken to the reed.
I'd like to do another by Hafez. This one has a story to it. During the East-West gathering, Baba had this particular poem of Hafez read out after there was a chart. There was a chart on the dais discussing the journeys of God. And after that was read out, this discourse was read out, Baba said the following: "You must love God, see God, become one with God. That is your duty. Your duty is to know this is all illusion. God alone is real. But to love God is also not in your hands. It is a gift from God to you. And the one who receives God's grace has nothing to do with these journeys, whether outward or inward. Where you go on the journey is not important if you hold on to my Daman. Everything else is immaterial." And then Baba said, Hafez has given us consolation. And the poem is known as Be Not Grieved. The first line says, "Although you have not received love's gurdon," which means reward, "one day this desert will become a garden, so be not grieved."
Although you have not received love's guerdon, one day this desert will become a garden, so be not grieved, be not grieved. Do not turn your hearts away, nor expostulate against the beloved, but bear your present state, and be not grieved, be not grieved. Let this disgusted mind and troubled heart be still, for one day desire for union will be fulfilled. So be not grieved, be not grieved. Behind the curtain, a secret game is being played that you know not, so don't give up nor be dismayed. No grieved, be not grieved. For once you have set out for the beloved's abode, do not let mere stones and thorns turn you from that road, nor be much grieved, be not grieved. Meyer will do her best to thwart your labor, but when you have a captain like Noah, you will reach safe harbor. So be not grieved, be not grieved. Although the way is full of dangers, seems to have no end, there is an end to every beginning this friend, so be not grieved, be not grieved, 'cause when this friend is the same as God, don't plague him with petitions, but suffer gladly love's rules, trials, and conditions, and be not grieved, be not grieved, although you have not received love's guerdon. One day this desert will become a garden, so be not grieved, be not grieved, be not grieved, be not grieved.
I'd like to close the music for the evening with a song called I Will Never Leave You. And I would like to give you a little story I like to tell about this. Way back when I was the night watchman on the center, I was using up my GI benefits by taking a welding course at a local tech school. And I had to take a math course that I had some knowledge in, so I really didn't have to be there mentally. And in this math class, this song just came off my pen, and wrote it down. I thought, gee, this is great. And Darwin Shaw was on the center, and every morning when I'd get up, he'd be waiting for me outside my cabin, and we'd walk to the barn and open the barn. And Darwin would tell all these fantastic tales about Baba. It was a tough job, but somebody had to do it, So I was real excited because I felt this song just happened, and I thought, gee, this is wonderful. I just can't wait to tell Darwin about this song. So I wake up, and Darwin's there, and we're walking. I said, Darwin, I got to tell you about the song. He said, you know what I was thinking? I was out here. He said, I was just thinking how wonderful it is that the promise that Baba has given us that he will never leave us, And, your heart shouldn't be troubled. And in other words, he's telling me this song, that I wrote. It was an affirmation, so to speak, that Baba had given me this song.
I will never leave you, on this you can depend. I'll be always with you in ways you cannot comprehend. Let not your hearts be troubled by the things that pass your eyes. This world is made of shadows that your mind learned to disguise. I will never leave you, on this you must believe. No matter where you're going, no matter where your path may lead. Let not your soul be weary by this constant veil of tears. You know I'll be there waiting when the clouds all disappear. I will always love you in darkness and in light. We'll always be together. You'll never ever leave my sight. Let not your hearts be troubled by the things that pass your eyes. This world is made of shadows that your mind learned to disguise. I will never leave you. I will never leave you. I will never leave you. I will never leave you.
Let's have a few moments of silence. Jai Baba. Somebody asked me to do the tavern. Is that okay with you?
Took a walk one moonlit night down paths I've often tread. The stars were shining brightly in the heavens overhead. My thoughts were filled with only me, as often was the case, until I saw the tavern and the keeper's smiling face. There was something in his gestures that drew me to the door. I took a careful look inside, and then I looked some more. The tavern had a cheery air, a feeling very fine. Then I noticed in the window these words upon a sign. We're all living the new life, so few have come to guess that the nature of all new strife holds the key to happiness. You know, I felt so puzzled by the meaning of that poem. Still I went inside the tavern, 'cause I felt so much at home. I sat down on a tall chair and I ordered up some brew. Well, the keeper came with warm brown eyes and a smile that pierced me through. He said good evening to me in a voice of gentle tone, poured me out a scarlet drink that in the moonlight shone. This wine is always served, he said most lovingly, as I looked within the chalice cup at reflections which were me. We're all living the new life, so few have come to guess that the nature of all new strife holds the key to happiness. Placed the cup up to my lips, drank a hearty round. Its sweetness overcame me and I felt that I would drown. The mellow glow engulfed me from my head down to my feet, and yet the flavor that did linger was a taste most bittersweet. The keeper of the tavern, he poured another cup of wine. I felt this world dissolve away as if by some design. All burdens left me as I gazed into his face, and yet I sensed somehow my life was bound to the sign that hung in that place. We're all living the new life. So few have come to guess that the nature of all new strife holds the key to happiness. Holds the key to happiness. You know, my friends, I've often heard of seekers after truth, of how they left this world behind and how they spoiled their youth. And many times I've laughed out loud at the folly of their days, but since I left that tavern, I've taken up their ways. And now my life hangs strangely on the scales of joy and pain. My only wish is to find the tavern and enter there again. Within me burns an awful thirst, whose only cure is wine, a drink procured by realizing the words that were on that sign. We're all living the new life. So few have come to guess that the nature of all new strife holds the key to happiness. Holds the key to happiness.
Welcome to my world. One more song and then we'll sing the arty. How's that? How do you play the arty? I haven't done this one. Anyway, let's do an up-tempo song. I'd like to do a song that Erich likes. How's that? I might have done that already. No. Yeah. Actually, Erich likes to rock and roll just like the rest of you, so... I did that one, didn't I?
Well, you can live without your treasures and the dreams you have planned. You can give up all the pleasures of this no man's land. You can hang on to illusions till they turn you inside out. But there's really only one thing you cannot live without, and that is you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. You, that is you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. Well, you can give away your pennies, you can give away your gold, you can give up all these values you bought and sold. You can hide away from feelings until they make you sin, but you can never hide from the love inside that burns you from within, and that is you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. You, that is you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. You, yeah. Down and out, helpless like a child, depending on a mind that was running wild. And when the bottom fell out, I was sitting in a heap, and a voice came from the silence, dragging me to my feet. That was you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. You. That was you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. You. Well, you can live without your music, live without your art. You can live without these pleasures you hold so near your heart. You can keep away from madness, you can twist and you can shout, but hey, there's really only one thing you cannot live without. That is you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. You. That is you, Baba. You, Meher Baba. You. That is you. That is you. This incense is my love, these fruits my art, which to please you I have shaped from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shine.